On the action this season with Underdog Fantasy's Pick'em game. Select higher or lower between 2 and 8 players and compete for up to 325 times your entry. Use code DIRECTOR when signing up to receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. Action.
Who's got it better than us?
Well, that's been an issue the last couple of streams. Like I was saying, this one goes out to Mike Williams. Kyoto Bolt fam. It's the director. Enjoy retirement. Thank you for everything you've done for these Chargers. You know what? Even at risk of messing up the flow, I think we got to throw on a Mikey jersey, right? We're gonna do it. What do you guys think, by the way? I think we're almost there. I think we're almost to the point where I think I want to try and keep it. Yeah, like the nice flow. Look at that. New shampoo and everything. Oh, yes, baby. Here, let me throw on a Mikey jersey real quick. We'll go old school. We'll go old school with this one. 81's in the chat. I'm already starting to see him. 81's in the chat. For our guy Mike Williams, man. Enjoy retirement. One of the best Chargers catches you will ever see are off of 81's efforts, man. Gonna be awesome. Watching him in those highlights carry in the Phillip Rivers and Justin Herbert era for a long time. Yeah, it's going to be good. Hey, some shout-outs in the chat as we're getting things ready in here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to, if you guys aren't opposed, because, you know, we don't have the actual throwback jerseys on here, I think I'm going to go throw them back to these jerseys that I'm wearing right now. The old school, what would it be, 2019s? Yeah, 2019 jerseys. There we go. Yeah, let's try that on for size. Let's try that on for size in this sim right here. Okay. Not that it matters. I don't know if we're going to be simming this one. I need to ask you guys a quick question. Because, you know, obviously, we don't have time to stream every single game before the Hall of Fame game, which is on the 31st. We're just, what, like 10 or 11 days away? Let's go. We got to sim one of the games today. What do you guys think? Which game? I'm going to put it in a poll real quick. While we are waiting here, we got a $5 holla coming in from First Rule Director. Sorry if you said it already, but are you planning on going to any games? Yes, I will be in attendance of the Vikings game, which I'm so ecstatic that they chose that one as one of the 2 games this year to wear the Navy jerseys. Oh, I'm so stoked, dude. Gonna be a good time. If you guys happen to be at that game, you can catch me at the one of the booths out there. We're going to have a booth this time. The Die Hard Bolt Club. Yeah, I think me and one of the organizers there, we're hoping to put up a space where you guys can find me, because most of the time, I kind of roam around and people say, oh, I missed you. I was here at the game looking for you. Well, you'll be able to find me at one designated spot for at least, we'll say like an hour or two. I'm just going to kind of hang out there instead of roaming around so much. Yeah, so it should be a good time. Okay, I got to put this together real quick. Thank you so much, First Roll, $5 holla. Let's see. Let's go Raiders. What else do we have today? It's the Eagles. Wow, this is going to be a tough slate of games in today's simulation. And Chiefs. So what you guys... Which to sim. So what you guys are voting for is which... I'm going to switch this. Which game to quick simulate. The fast sim, right? And then we're gonna watch in its entirety the other 2 games. So which one do you want to fast sim so we can get through the other 2 games? You guys let me know in the comments here. You got the Raiders, Eagles, and Chiefs. Which one are we basically erasing for today? Which one are we going to fast sim and see what happens? Because it's going to be tough, man. Both of these teams, the Eagles and Chiefs, very, very tough. The Raiders, if you guys want to see the two harder games, you can sim out the Raiders. If you want to watch the Raiders and maybe one of the other games, maybe we have a chance at watching a better chance at watching a win. It's up to you guys. Which one do you want to sim? I'm going to give about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And we're actually going to fire this one up. Should be ready to go by the time the voting is ended. And by the time we're giving out some shout outs in the chat. K-Han, good to see you. Karen Avosa. Sim Sundays are back. Luso. Tupac 13. What's up? Casey Weaver. Young Frog. Is it Jorge or George Casillas? We got Hugo the Doorman Boss in the house, of course. Carlos Charger. Good to see everybody. Nicole Bertrand. Mark Davis. Good to see everybody in here, man. Right now, the Raiders look like the first game looks like they're going to be the ones that are sim. We'll run these uniforms one more time. Kind of, tribute to Mike Williams here. Then it looks like it's going to be the Raiders that's going to get simmed, and we're going to watch in its entirety the Chiefs and the Eagles. You guys surprise me sometimes, man. You guys surprise me. The Eagles were in second place with 35%, so it wasn't even close. We're going to sim the Raiders out of today's matchup. Okay, so we're going to see what happens. Again, all this up in the air. I would hope that we can beat the Raiders because the next two games are going to be very, very tough. Let's see what happens. We're going to go through it real quick here. Chargers grab an early lead. Raiders keeping it interesting. Chargers back on top, 14-21. Chargers pulling away, maybe. 24, 10-point lead, 3-point lead. And, we got OT. And the Raiders. No, still OT. What happened? The Raiders pulled out the upset in our first sim, the fast sim, 34-31. Their first win versus the Chargers since 2023. And it comes in the form of an epic overtime showdown, putting the Chargers at 8-4 going into this next game. Very, very tough. Very, very tough game. We had a wild ride. I should have looked at the stats. It's all right. It's all right. We'll move on to the next game. We'll get this set up. Maybe it's a good thing that we fast sim that one. That would have been insane. That puts the Chargers at 8-4. Still a great record right now. Let's go ahead and get the Eagles set up. I think we're playing the Eagles at home. Tough home schedule, man. It's rough out here. I'm actually going to put the uniforms as the ones I was just showing. 19s alternate. There we go. And perfect. Chargers, Eagles up next. Yeah, dude, Monday night football game too. That is crazy. Actually put this one at nighttime. And we are off. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy 34-31 overtime game. Absolutely insane. Let's move on to the next game here. Man, we got a $20 holla coming in from Karen.
I like the gold uniforms. We can blind are the Colts.
Yes. Is this the first? This isn't, right? Is it? It's the first Sim Sunday since we got the new uniforms. Karen, I know you love those yellow uniforms. I know there's many people out there that love them more than they're giving them credit for, right? It feels like, and I went on record very early saying, like, they're not my favorite, but we would live with them, right? I think there's an important history behind them. Charger power, right? And I think a lot of us saw it coming. How many options are there? How many directions could they go with it? And ultimately, yeah, we have them for one game this year. It's versus the Colts, so our opportunity to go undefeated in the yellow uniforms looking pretty good. And to be honest with you, I don't know if you guys have caught a Ducks game or a Wolverines game, but those yellow jerseys really do pop on game day. They look a little silly in promos, but when you put them out there on the field, they actually look pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. Not again. I'll say this because I'm not gonna, double back and turn around and change my opinion on them. They weren't my favorite. They were like beneath the middle of the pack in options that we went over. But I don't hate them. I certainly think that they are much more acceptable now that we do have the actual navy blue throwbacks. Oh, you kidding me? Those things look so clean. Perfect representation of the old meets the new. The throwback meets modern. So sick. So sick. Karen with a $20 holla. Let's give her some love in the chat, man. We're going to be blinding those Colts. Maybe one of the best home game options. By the way, if you guys are looking for a good home game to attend, get something yellow, whether it's a shirt or a jersey or whatever. Wear that to the game. Full Charger power in the stadiums. Because the rest of our home opponents look pretty steep, other than maybe the Raiders. I know there's like one or two more. Tough matchup. Tough matchups at home this year, but that should be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it. Do you guys think that they should have put a yellow helmet with that too, by the way? Some people think that might have helped out a little bit. I don't know. Big shout out to Karen, man. Thank you so much for the $20 holla. Them yellow uniforms are going to look nice. Nicole Bertrand with the $5 holla. Hi, Director. Quick question. How do you feel about the first game against the Chiefs in Brazil? And is it Sao Paulo? Sao whatever. I'm a little nervous about injuries, but it'll be fun. The Eagles actually played, was it the Chiefs last year in Brazil? And there were some complications, I'm not going to lie. What happened? The game crashed. That's a Sim Sunday first. We're going to have to go back into it. I wonder if it lets us resume. It crashed. The Eagles crashed us into the ground. I got to load up the roster and everything. It's going to take a couple of minutes here, man. What in the world is going on with that? Well, to answer your question real quick, Nicole, while we're rebooting, that game, I will say, was a little sketchy for the players. Most players opted to stay in their hotels, not roam around too much, because the area can be pretty dangerous, right? As for the game itself, I think the stadium was a little crazy. Like, it's obviously a soccer stadium converted. It's interesting. I really do not like the fact, though, that it is one of our home games. That does kind of suck. I feel for the Chargers season ticket holders that are forfeiting a game this year. That does blow the Chargers' home field advantage, obviously. There is a bit of a following for the Chargers in South America. But it's definitely not going to be like playing. Oh, wait a second. Can we resume? Oh, maybe we might be able to resume after all. Hang on. Is it the same roster, though? I got to check that real quick, guys. Hang on. But yeah, the topics of home field advantage and all this stuff, that is where I get a little bit like, ugh, I hope that the Chargers don't feel it too much. There's Hampton and everybody. Yeah, I think we're good to go. We just hit resume. Cool. Take as long to get back on the road. And we're back. We have resumed. But yeah, I remember the players being a little sketched out. I remember, the field being a little bit like beat up at some points. But other than that, I think it was fine. Wear your SpongeBob shirt. Yes! SpongeBob to the Chargers Colts game would be epic. Thank you so much, Nicole. $5 holla. I think we'll be fine. I really do wish it was at SoFi, but it is what it is. If anything, the Chargers are going to get an opportunity to take down the Chiefs on a national stage. Like that, I remember where I was and what I was doing, because it was, I guess, unique or whatever, when the Chiefs lost to the Lions in the home opener a few years ago. That was awesome, right? I just happened to be in Vegas with my friends. We were taking a friendcation or whatever from high school, and we were at a bar, or a restaurant, I should say. We're at a nice restaurant, and they had TVs and stuff, and they're playing the game, because I was like, we have to go somewhere where we can watch the home opener, or the season opener. And watching the Lions take them down, it was epic, and that put the Lions on the map for a lot of people. The Chargers could find themselves in an opportunity to do something similar. I think that would be an awesome thing to witness week one. Here comes the next carry by the Eagles. 2nd and 11, nicely wrapped up by Junior Colson. This is going to be tough, man, because I look at 25, I look at all the numbers, and with their with the uniforms being throwbacks, I'm thinking like I'm looking at Melvin Gordon, or I'm looking at, obviously instead of for 0, I'm looking at Joey Bosa, Malcolm Floyd. Envy Town with the 2 hub. We got to redo the sim now that Mike retired. Oh, everybody go back to week 1. Ooh, nice defense. That's Elijah Molden. It's a 3rd and 11. Can the Chargers, do we stand a chance versus the Eagles? I don't know, man. This one's going to be tough. This one's going to be tough. Now that Mike Williams retired. I did, however, take Mike Williams out of the roster. I will say that. Mike Williams is no longer on the roster. You're going to see plenty of Trey Harris, more Quentin Johnston, maybe a little KLS. Get him! Oh, Jalen Hurts just took off for 17 yards and a first down. I thought we had ourselves the first stop of the game. Director, you know what game you're going to be at this year? I'll be at the Vikings game. The Vikings game this year. It's going to be awesome. Very excited. Very, very excited. I just thought it was Eric Weddle in the throwbacks. Yeah, me too. Like I'm a little jarred right now. I'm like, okay. The throwbacks are throwing me off, but they're cool. They're cool. We're doing this, by the way. If you guys are just joining us, we're putting these jerseys on the field in honor of Mike Williams. Mike Williams and his retirement. We're throwing it back to Mike Williams a little bit in this one. Enjoy retirement, Mike Williams. We're all going to miss you. Some of the best catches in Chargers history were by Mike Williams himself. $120 in the house, man. Good to see everybody, dude. I saw Korlak earlier, too. If you guys don't know, that's my brother. He asked if the Chargers got new costumes. Yes, he asks me that like a couple of times a year. And every time I say no, and now I can say yes. They finally got new costumes. Welcome to NFL football, Korlak. What's up, St. Rasso? Good to see you. Here comes Jalen Hurts over the middle. Ooh, in and out of the hands of, is that Goddard? Dallas Goddard flat out drops the football. They're at the 29-yard line, though, so Chargers were in a bend but don't break situation here. They had him on a 3rd and long, but they couldn't get the stop. See if we can get the Eagles off the field here. How much did my tickets cost? We didn't spring for, like, the super expensive ones or anything. I think we were, like, $250 a ticket, something like that. I bought them like the day that the single tickets went on sale because me and the Mrs. Director, we only catch one game every year. If we lived locally, then yeah, I think we would buy season tickets. Even though, man, those got to be pricey now, right? In the comments, there's got to be some season ticket holders in here, right? What's the average season ticket, like one ticket for the season? Like, how much would that cost? How much are we talking? Like legitimately with fees and all that kind of stuff. What is the cost there? Jalen Hurts to the back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's either Brown or Davante. No, it's going to be Saquon Barkley on the wheel. That's a tough one, man. Saquon, what a season for him. And he put up a crap ton of receiving yards, too. He's going to be the one to stop this week. And who was it back there? Number 29, Arheeb, trying to keep up with the Madden player this season. Who's it, the offensive player of the year? No, right? No, that was Josh Allen. That was Josh Allen, the MVP. Still crazy. The Eagles take an early 7-0 lead over the Chargers. What's my name? I don't really share it. I mean, there's people that know it because before I did this channel, I directed like a whole bunch of movies, like short films and commercials and stuff. So my name's out there. I'm on IMDb. I just don't share it often on this channel because I like you guys calling me director. It's kind of like every once in a while when my wife calls me my actual name, I'm like, ugh, did I do something wrong? How have I offended you? Instead of calling me sweetheart or babe or whatever. When people call me my name on this channel, it's like, yeah, let's call it director. Let's go with director. Here comes the kick. The Chargers will return. It's KLS this time, and he'll bring it back to the 25. I still remember the 2-point conversion Mike Williams got against wide open against the Chiefs. Yeah, man, such a classic moment. We were all freaking out that game, man. It was so fun. It was so fun. When your wife calls you by your government name, you know you messed up. Yep, especially if you get that middle name snuck in there. My wife is like old school, like Southern. You know, she's from Alabama. And that's where the middle name, that means something. You hear your middle name, it's coming. The storm is coming. Omarion Hampton, a very high-effort 2-yard run. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 27. Let's see what the offense can do. See what the offense can do. Speaking of which, I don't know how many people here in the chat would even know about it, but I directed this movie like 10 years ago, right? And it was awesome. It was an insane experience. It was a short film, like a Star Wars like fan film. Ooh, nice catch by Conklin. And the Bolts have a 3rd and 1 in front of them. It's an incredible experience. We entered it at a film festival in California, and we ended up taking an award. And it was hosted by Lucasfilm, of course, the people that made Star Wars. And it was an incredible experience. And it was online. It's been enjoyed by people that enjoy Knights of the Old Republic, the video games, right? That's what it was based on. And somebody, I'm not sure if it was a YouTuber or a famous TikTok person or somebody, shared it, and it's being like memed or something. Me and my wife went through hundreds of videos of people like memeing our movie on TikTok yesterday, like millions and millions and millions and millions of views stemming from clips from our movie, which is awesome. I was like, how in the world? Why is this coming? A 10-year-old fan film. You know, we already had our 15 minutes with that fan film. Let's go, Omarion! 5-yard rush. We already had our 15 minutes of fame with that fan film. Like, we went out to L.A., we went to a huge awards ceremony. Like, they gave us the trophy, which is right behind me over there. Like, an insane experience. And then 10 years later, it's like catching fire all over TikTok. The only reason I found out is because I was scrolling Twitter, and somebody memed one of the scenes from the movie, and I was like, that's so funny. That's something, like, me and my wife made that 10 years ago. And then somebody said, it's all over TikTok. You should go find it. And I was like, holy crap. This thing's everywhere. It's awesome. It's crazy. You never know, I guess. The internet's is a fun place. Super, super funny. What's up, Andrew Anderson? Good to see you. Chargers are moving the football now at the 47-yard line. And we're cooking. Let's keep getting Omarion Hampton the football. Justin Herbert looks, fires over the middle. It's Omarion Hampton in the passing game. He's going to pick up the first down. It's so hard not to see Phillip Rivers right now, dude. My mind is playing tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me. 2 1,000-yard running backs, 60 average over 17 games. Yeah, it would be a lot. I don't think that Najee hits 1,000 on the ground this year, but I think he could get 1,000 combined, you know, receiving and running. Who knows? Here's Omarion. Nice hole through the middle, fighting for extra yards. It's a 9-yard gain. Omarion having himself a game so far. Looking pretty good. 2nd and 1. Can the Chargers answer with a touchdown of their own? For Dizzy, was so excited when Mike Williams come back. Yeah, I know. Dizzy was like a friend of Mike Williams, right? Isn't that so cool? Chargers YouTuber makes friends with famed Chargers wide receiver. Man, tough throw over the middle, trying to hit Ladd McConkey in double coverage. It's 3rd and 1. Let's run the football. Not a good time for CEO memes? Yeah, I wouldn't. How crazy is that, dude? I was so shocked that was it a baseball team that put together a whole shtick about it in their game? Crazy. White powder blue jersey, San Diego. Not the Navy one directors has. Yeah, dude, the powder blues are so cool. I have a whole bunch of them in my closet too. I have a ton. I love my jersey color. It's not as big as your guys', I'm sure. There's a lot of first down, by the way. Chargers, let's go. It's not as big. Some of you guys' collections, I've seen photos you guys have shown me. When I was at training camp last year, some guy showed me a picture. It was like a walk-in closet, wall to wall. He had Chargers jerseys, and he said that wasn't even it, that he had a storage unit that had a whole bunch of them in there too. I was like, you guys are crazy. I have a humble collection. Dude, Omarion Hampton's having himself a nice start. 5 rushes for 27 is pretty good, but it's hard to run the football in Madden 25. So far, not too bad. Amarian looking pretty good. But I will say I have one closet that's pretty much Chargers jerseys. And I have a box somewhere because we just moved this last March. It has a whole bunch more. Oh, nice one-handed grab by Tyler Conklin. And we're looking at a first down at the 11-yard line. We get any comp picks for Williams' retirement? No, that's not. Unfortunately, that's not how that would work. 6 jerseys going on 8. Feel like I'm a crazy person. Hey, man, that's some of the, I feel like a crazy person. I probably have like 20 or 30. I feel crazy. Hey, there's a touchdown. Tyler Conklin making his presence known early in this game. That's a Chargers touchdown. And the tight end position getting very involved, man. I like what the offense is showing us in this first game. Feels very appropriate to what I expect. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I need to go switch this permanently. Okay, for this game, I switched the offense from the 49ers to the Steelers. And this Steelers playbook feels a lot like what we're actually going to be doing in the season. And obviously, we're seeing some success with it versus the Eagles defense. We're probably going to stick with it for the rest of the Sam. What do you guys think about that? Yeah? Record right now is 8-4. 8-4, looking really good. Phillip Rivers and Joey Bosa. Those are good ones to have, man. Those are good ones to have. I try and pick up at least one a year, especially since I started the channel because I like repping it on the stream. One day I'm going to get a sponsorship for jerseys. That would be so sick. I had one guy send me a message. They do like sweaters or something. They have like an NFL license or something like that. And I was like, that's pretty cool, but, you know, it's California. But we'll see someday. Till then, I'm very happy just buying jerseys. I'm waiting. I don't know if you guys saw. I haven't gotten one yet because I'm waiting to see when the other players will be made available in the alternate jerseys, the yellow and the navy. Because I want a yellow jersey. I'm going to be honest. I don't have a yellow jersey. It's one of the few that's been on their site forever that I do not own. But I do want Justin Herbert, but I also think there's other players that I would consider there. You know what I mean? Like we'll see. We'll see. I'm like a Thule yellow jersey sounds pretty fire. Tuipulotu, like, you know, you got that Polynesian, you know, like I like the yellow. I like it a lot. There's like Najee would look kind of cool in a yellow jersey. I don't know. And then even offensive linemen, you know, Rashawn Slater would be kind of cool. Maybe that one was available, but who knows. First pass by Jalen Hurts on this drive goes incomplete. 6 minutes left in the half. And then obviously, Trey Harris too in yellow. I was thinking about that too. I was like, Trey in yellow could be kind of cool. I want Omari and Hampton in those navies, but not available yet. So we got to wait and see when those are going to go on sale because I want those really, really bad. Here comes over the middle. It is caught by number 85 of the Eagles. It'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. There's always, but it's California. I don't know, man. Some of you California folks, you're crazy. I'll see you guys out in sweaters in like 80 or 85 degree weather. That would literally kill me. I would die. I would cease to exist if I was out wearing sweaters in that kind of weather. You guys are nuts, some of y'all. Because out here, sweater weather is like 50 degrees. Like, that's kind of where you're getting into it, you know? The summers can get really brutal out here, too. Like, I'm thinking today's probably in the 90s, right? We'll be between the 90s and, like, in the high 90s or whatever. Let's see. What do we got right now? 93, okay? So it can stay kind of hot. But we don't bundle up until it is cold. Cold. Right, you still see people running around in their shorts and T-shirts in the snow. Those sweaters in sunny California just sound crazy to me. Here's Jalen Hurts over the middle. Almost intercepted. Oh, man, Dan Henley. You guys hear about Henley yesterday in training camp? Oh, man. This dude, I think he got an interception, right? He got at least one pick. This dude's turning into, I don't know, what are some of the greatest coverage linebackers we've had in a long time, like a Bobby Wagner, you know, like Bobby Wags, Fred Warner, you know, his coverage skills are so good. Almost comes up with an interception there. But we got something special in Dan, man. He's gonna be awesome. It's 81 where I live. See, Hugo, that's perfect. That's perfect. Going, jump in the pool, lay out in the sun, like whatever, sit at the park. Like that is perfect. And we get that too, obviously, but just not as often. I put the soft top on the Jeep, and even in the summer, sometimes it's got to stay on. Ooh, it's a fumble! Oh, the Eagles fell back on top of it, but hey, it's a 4th down. Good start for the Chargers. We're tied up. Let's see if we can go take the lead before the second half. Yeah, 110 in Vegas. Yeah, you guys get pounded every year. I'm excited. I'm coming in October, obviously. Me and the wife like to hit Vegas and then go to LA where we go to games. And it's usually really nice around that time. It's usually really, really nice in October. But I like Vegas. I think it's fun. We're going to catch a show this time. We went to Meow Wolf last time. That was a good time. That was pretty fun. 102, where you at? Yeah, it's hot. It is hot. 105 in Idaho? Whoo! Idaho? Really? That hot? You guys are hotter than us right now? That's crazy. Mickens leaping interception too. Yeah, the defense had a day, man. It makes me a little worried about the offense, but the offense will look a lot different once the run game gets going. Speaking of which, are we going to see it here? No, it's a play action. Deep down the field, it's Justin Herbert looking. It's going to be incomplete. Opportunity to hit Lad McConkey, but DeJean going to be in the way there. It's 2nd and 10. Cries in Arizona. Yeah, you guys get fried. You guys get absolutely baked out there, and not in the fun way. Hugo, shout out Fred Warner, came out to San Macros, which is my neck of the woods. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Fred Warner. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Chargers. Fred Warner's awesome, man. He's from my neck of the woods. He played for BYU, so obviously we see him around. He's like a local hero. Him, and I would say like the 3 or 4 players that we see roaming around every once in a while are Fred Warner. Steve Young is probably the big one. I ran into him at the mall one time. I was like, what? Puka Nacua has gotten really popular lately, too. He's in town. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fred Warner, though, that's a big one. He's awesome. Very, very cool. In high school, I'd be in school when it's 90s in a hoodie. Yeah, I can't do that, Hugo. I can't. I perspire. Unless I plan on never taking that hoodie off, I cannot do it. Herbert over the middle. 1st down, Trey Harris. Oh, never mind. 2nd and 10. He dropped it. We need you, Trey. Now that Mike Williams has retired, we really need Trey Harris to step up in his rookie season. And I think he can do it. I really do. I think it's an opportunity here. Football game, 8 laps, 114 in Vegas. That should be illegal. Like, Vegas, especially if that's in high school. What the heck, dude? You guys should have indoor stadiums that you do that sort of stuff, and indoor training facilities. I couldn't even imagine. I don't know, it's really expensive, super expensive, to maintain one of those. But that seems like too much. I would be petrified to have my kid go practice in 114-degree weather. Absolutely not. 3rd and 9. It's going to be a draw. Oh, is it going to pay off? Oh, 4th and inches at the 40. Go for it. Do it. What a gutsy call. And Omarion almost takes it all the way in. Go for it. Do it. Hey, thank you so much, Frankie. 114 on the couch, underground training facilities. Yeah, like that. That's a good idea, too. Like going to ground where it's nice and cool. Put something in there. Make it safe for the kids. Bakersfield, California is hot, too. Yep. And we're going to punt it. No, y'all should have gone for it. I know, it'll be risky. 2-minute warning, but 4th and inches, I would have done it. Get Najee in there for a carry. Omarion off to a good start, though. He's got to be, 30, 40 yards at this point? Looking nice. Still love the white pants and baby blues. Oh, me too. You guys, you got to help me out, though. Like, I don't know if there's any combination that I like the yellow pants. The only combination I kind of like right now is with the yellow jerseys. Isn't that insane? I'm like all or nothing. I prefer the white pants over the yellow pants like 10 out of 10. I'm going to say now 9 out of 10 times. when it comes to the Chargers uniform combinations. I think the pure white is incredible for those aways. I really hate it when they break up the white with the yellow on those away games. I think they should be all white all the time. The powder blues with white looks really clean. You know, I don't know. I like the yellow pants with the yellow jerseys. I kind of wish the helmet was yellow too. Just like go all into the color rush, but I don't mind the white. I honestly think the white looks better, but I think the yellow helmet would be fun too. Over the middle, huge catch. It's their tight end, Dallas Goedert. And with 1:05 left, they're going to burn their first time out and try and take the lead before half. Chargers do get the ball at half, by the way. They do get the ball at half. Yellow give Justin great view of wide receiver routes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some advantages. I think it could be fun. It'd be fun. Getting back in the Chargers will not open underneath passes. McConkey, Allen, both possession wide receivers keep the offense checking itself. Yeah. I mean, there's another sack. Nice plays. Chargers have had a consistent pass rush in these simulations, if anything, so far. 2nd and 16. Let's hope that does it and keeps them out of scoring range or field goal range and keep that drive to a minimum last time. I'm boarding school in Wasatch County, Heber. Yeah, I've been to Heber several times. Yeah, Heber, beautiful. Beautiful city. Yeah, we went, when's the last time that we went? There's like a, what do they call it? It's almost like a huge cave with like a water, like swimming, I don't know what to call it, what do they call it? Like a meteor or something? I don't remember what it's called. But anyway, it's like this huge cave that you go in, and inside there's like this giant pool of water, right? And it's super, super, super deep. A reservoir. Thank you, Lance. That was freaking. I was like, man, I'm really losing it right now. There's this huge, reservoir of water inside, and it goes super, super, super deep. But it has all these minerals and stuff in it that help you float really easy. Obviously, you want to wear protective gear because if you're not like a really good swimmer, like you will go all the way down to the bottom. But it was a fun experience. Me and the kids and my wife went out there. It was awesome. Yeah, it was very, very awesome. Beautiful, beautiful town up there too. It kind of feels like I don't know, like a German town. Yeah, I don't know. Like a mountainy Germany town. I don't know how to describe it. PJ dropped. Yeah, I've seen the clips. So we have kickoff now. The Chargers Eagles surprisingly tied at halftime. That's just a wifey. Yeah, very, very pretty town. Very, very pretty town. They got this cool train that goes through the whole thing. We took this train ride that they made the train. They dressed it up like the one from Harry Potter. You remember that? Where the students, they all go on that train and they go to Hogwarts. So they dressed up the whole train to look like the Harry Potter train. And then you would ride it all around the mountains. Right, and they would come out in these costumes and these refreshments like the butter beer, and everybody's in costume. It was really, really fun. Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. We enjoyed it. Here comes the next carry for Omarion. It's a 1-yard gain. And Omarian's having himself a pretty good day. That's kind of crazy. Him and I haven't seen much of Saquon Barkley yet. I wonder if the Eagles are raring him up in the second half. San Bernardino, yes. I spent a lot of time in California, too. I don't know if I've been to San Bernardino. I feel like I have. I think I have. Obviously, Chargers fan because I'm huge. I'm absolutely in love with San Diego, right? I would go every summer. I've been to like 5 San Diego Comic-Cons. Absolutely love it. The vibe, the city, the culture, the food. Oh, I saw somebody post the other day that they were disappointed in the Mexican food in San Diego. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're not going to find better Mexican food anywhere like that. Unless you like straight up go to Mexico, you're not going to find it here. Like, that's the best Mexican food you're ever going to find. There's Lad McConkey, big reception down to the 46-yard line. exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, the train thing, right? Yeah, it's awesome. Defense, Hand, Caldwell, Tart, Mack, Henley, Pearman, Jackson, Hart. Yeah, and then you'll have James switching in and out of the nickel, and at that point it looks like Tony Jefferson would step in, and then I think Jackson would go to reserves. I don't know. Interesting. Oh, in and out of the hands of the tight end. Scored a touchdown already. We need him back. I did elevate, by the way, Oronde Gadsden to maybe see some work here. I might actually put him at backup slot as well. See if we can work him into the offense a little bit more. I'd like to see Oronde on the field. Oldest brother goes to Comic-Con all the time. Yeah, those are so much fun, dude. I tell everybody, if you're anyway a pop culture fan, like if you're a big fan of one movie franchise, like I'm a huge Star Wars guy, but if you were like a Lord of the Rings guy or like an anime guy or like Star Trek or any of those big IPs, like Jurassic Park even, like you want to go to Comic-Con. Like that is the funnest time. Like we spent like 3 or 4 days straight. We'll put on different costumes or cosplays and we'll walk around the convention center. I bumped into every celebrity you can think of. It's just like, was that? Yes, it was. I got a picture one time me bumping into, and you can kind of see it like blurry as he's like walking right past me. I bumped into Conan O'Brien. That was super sick. And I got to meet all like a lot of the people from Star Wars too. Not just through like the panels and stuff, but we would oftentimes that film festival I've entered 3 or 4 times was hosted at San Diego Comic-Con, and we got to meet a lot of the Lucasfilm people, which was really, really cool. Yeah, San Diego's amazing, man. I love Comic-Con. Love San Diego. Hanging out in Gaslamp, right? It's fun. I've walked in. Remember sitting down and eating a hot dog at Petco? I just walked in and sat down on the grass. Ate a hot dog. Yeah, it was cool. Here comes Jalen Hurts over the middle. Oh, almost intercepted again, dude. In the area was Derwin James. 2nd and 10. Chargers need to find a way to get the lead here, man. Ton of rotating, yes. That's what's so nice about the Chargers. It feels like there's finally an understanding of rotations, right? And getting these guys in that all really fit the rhythm and the tempo of what you want on defense. Yeah, Jesse Minter's been a savant, man. Here comes over the middle. A revelation, I should say. And it'll be 3rd and 3 coming up for the Eagles. Morpheus from the Matrix. Yeah, dude, Comic-Con's such a good time. Especially for one of those guys that don't, like, if you're not embarrassed to put on a costume, like, oh, it's so much fun. I have gone a few times just in, like, street clothes, just to kind of hit as many, like, panels and what do they call them, booths, as possible, but I love going in costume. Here's Jalen Hurts over the middle. It's going to be complete. 1st down, Eagles. Do I have it in here? I don't have it in here. I think it's probably still in storage from the move. But my mother sent it to me for Christmas one year. It was. I mean, it's kind of a big deal. I was on, and I think I've told you guys this before. I was on Time Magazine once. I had dressed up as Boba Fett at San Diego, and I had a photographer come up and ask me to take a picture, and he handed me a card, and it was from Time Magazine. I was like, "That's crazy! That's awesome!" And then they sent me an email like a month later or something, a few weeks later, and they had put me in that issue. And so my mother took it and she blew it up. Right, she scanned it and she blew it up, and she framed it. And it was in my office for the longest time. I have to get it out of storage and put it somewhere, find a space for it somewhere around here, because that was pretty cool. It says my name at the bottom of the article, and the photographer, and the San Diego Comic-Con, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty sick. Constellation Pegasus! Hate to say it, but those yellow jerseys have nothing to do with the Coryell era. They are seriously stupid. No! I mean, some people do. Dude, Pegasus, you would not be the first to like really ream into those yellow jerseys, man. I put out a post the day before, like literally like 12 hours before the jerseys went live, right? I faked a leak and I did it on purpose because I wanted to draw a line in the sand for people. I faked a leak, of the yellow jerseys, right? And they looked really similar to the ones that ended up getting leaked. I think I used navy instead of white in some instances, but it was just from a chat GPT prompt, right? I said, just take this and make it yellow. Dude, that post got like 100 or 200 like holy crap hatred comments, right? Like, no, this and that. And I made it pretty clear, like in the post, that it was a prank. So like if you like simply zoomed in a little bit and looked to the left, it showed that the sender was me, the director, and the title of the email was troll, right? But man, a lot of people didn't see that, and a lot of people got super ticked off, thinking that the yellow jerseys were real. And in the back of my mind, I was like, it's a good possibility this happens tomorrow, so we're gonna have some fun with it. There's a lot of people that really don't like those jerseys, but I'm gonna say this, okay? For one, I don't hate them. You know, they weren't my favorite, but because we got the navy jerseys, I'm totally fine with it. Like, as long as we got those, which are like the perfect jerseys, right? They can do whatever they want after that. I don't care. And the other thing is, the yellow jerseys are out for just 1 year or one game. Just not in 1 year. One game. Imagine 1 year, Pegasus. He was like, shut the book. You know, he'll get the picket sign and go out there to SoFi. No, one game. It'll be versus the Colts. And I think they'll look better on the field than they have in the promos. I think it'll be fun. But yeah, one game. It's versus the Colts. Watch us go on a winning spree with these jerseys, too. I think people will start loving them. But yeah, Charger power, that era. I think people will have fun. But thank you so much, man. $5 holla. Appreciate it. Here comes 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. Here, give me 1 second here, guys. Hello? Hello? Hey, dude. Oh, that's so sweet, but it's little director. Daddy's on a show right now. Daddy's streaming. Mama director's like, oh shoot, sorry, hi. Oh, she's probably fine. I brought her some breakfast just before I started the show, or some lunch. But thank you. No, it's okay. It's okay. I love it. You guys have fun. Bye-bye. Little director, you want to get some Chinese food? Like, yeah, I would love to, but we just ate. That's what he's out with his grandma today. Pegasus with another $5 holla, but they had to pay Fouts to keep his mouth shut. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the ins and outs. Some of y'all probably know the ins and outs. Ooh, the Chargers get a stop, by the way. Is that our defense, right? Yeah! 4th and 12. Let's get the ball. Man, it's still tied up. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. I don't know exactly what went down with the Fouts beef, but yeah, there was some broadcasts where I'd be like, why does Fouts sound like he hates the Chargers? Like, what is going on here? And I feel like he's come around in the last few years, right? It sounds like he's more of a fan, but man, for a while there, it sounded like every time the Chargers name came out of his mouth, he had an attitude. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to say another $5 from Pegasus, man. Hey, thank you so much, Pegasus. Hey, 10, 11 days. Y'all going to be there? Type 1 in the chat if you're going to be there at my live stream. On July 31st, Chargers-Lions Hall of Fame game. First official Chargers football game of the 2025 season. Let's go! So excited. So excited. Still stuck on you being on the Time magazine. Isn't that crazy? I will find the poster, right? I'll find it. Maybe I'll even text Mr. Director to go get it so I can show you guys. Yeah, I was in Time magazine. Yep, legitimately. Me in my Boba Fett costume. And you don't ever see my face in the thing. It's one picture of me walking around the convention center. Actually, we weren't even in the floor. We were at the registrations, like upstairs, you know, where you get your badges and stuff. I had just got my badge, and I was walking into the convention like entrance, and that's where the guy stopped me for the picture. Isn't that crazy though? Like, yeah, like holy crap. Super, super crazy. Such a coincidence. Me, director, yeah. Chinese food, y'all hungry. I'm hungry. Y'all bring me back something. Let's go to Panda after this. Nah, I like Panda, but man, I love me some cheap some cheap Chinese food, dude. Like, it's not even that it's less expensive. It's just that's what I grew up with, man. I love. Oh, look at that nasty spin by Omarion. Oh, 3rd and 2 coming up. Dude. Hampton, man. He's a lower overall than Najee, but I put him in RB1 because we wanted those big plays. I want to see more Najee, if I'm being honest, but he's been really good in this game versus the Eagles, too. Give me them crab ragoons, please. And it's, Quentin Johnston, man. I just want to prepare y'all, because QJ can be a good player. QJ brings something to the table. 8 touchdowns last year was awesome, but I got to prepare you for stuff like what we just saw. Like there's some conditions here, and you're gonna get that every once in a while. Yeah, you're gonna get that every once in a while. We all just kind of we gotta go with it, right? You got to go with the flow there. That's gonna happen. Chargers had to punt it away. Here come the Eagles with a 10-7 lead, 4th quarter. 4th quarter. Ricardo! As I said in my video, I mentioned how you kept trolling the yellow jersey. It's funny to see everyone get upset. But it wasn't, when it actually came to fruition. Dude, it was so funny. Oh, man. Every once in a while, I love messing with you guys. I use my powers for evil. I'm like, I cannot contain myself. You guys get like 1% of what my family gets, by the way. I am a goofball, prankster, whatever. All innocent, Larry. All innocent pranking or whatever. But like, I cannot contain myself every once in a while. Because I have to treat this like a job, right? Because this is what pays the bills. But every once in a while, man, it's worth it. My biggest one was definitely the April Fool's joke where I redid my whole studio. I got the Bears jersey, I got the glasses and everything, and I rebranded my channel to the director Bears Football. Man, I lost like 200 subscribers with that one prank. Everybody was so pissed, even though the comments were like, it's April Fool's, don't fall for it, don't unsubscribe, stay here. Oh, dude, that was so good. I'm sure everybody came back after a while. But that was so funny. And what I ended up doing, but people were like, why did you go through all that effort? I literally took a picture of my background. I photoshopped all the bear stuff on there, and then I put a green screen behind me. That's how it looked the way it looked. We put some effort into these pranks. For sure. It was funny. It was really funny. Bro, you're unintentionally part of history. Yeah, how funny is that, dude? So fortunate with the Time Magazine thing, yeah. This game is realistic. Yeah, so far, I mean, we're still in it, but man, 5 minutes left in the 4th. It's a 2nd and 9. We need to get a stop. Here comes and Saquon feels like he's starting to rev up a little bit. 3rd and 6, however. Let's see if we can get a stop. This would be big. The game could ride on this next play. Why did you not put on the Navy helmets? At first, I thought you meant in real life. Like, why don't I put that on? Well, I don't put that on because it's signed by LaDainian Tomlinson. I wouldn't want to ruin it with my greasy hair. But in the game, we're doing a throwback tribute for Mike Williams. No! Jalen Hurts is going to take it for like 25 yards and a 1st down. Oh, my goodness. Now you have to hold him to a field goal or this game is over. You got to hold him to a field goal. We'll win this game IRL. That'd be insane, man. How's the family? Looking good, man. Thank you so much for asking. When did I decide to do this full time? Honestly, I kind of got pushed into it at first. I had to take a huge leap of faith. But it was during COVID. During COVID, I worked for another 1st down by Saquon. I worked for a branch like the Food Network. We did a whole bunch of like food, virtual cookbooks and stuff like that. I loved the gig, man. I showed up, once or twice a week. We shot for like a whole bunch of hours. We ate all the food that we just filmed. And then I would spend like 3 or 4 days editing, and then we'd do that every week. Man, I loved it. I loved that gig. But unfortunately, during COVID, everybody got laid off. So I decided, You know, I had already been building the channel a little bit. I had a lot of Madden content back then. I decided, okay, I'm making a little bit of like side money doing this, and it wasn't like I didn't even start the channel to make money on it. I just did it for the love of the game. And I was like, maybe if we really go hard and full time and pay attention. I talked and I had a whole bunch of friends that were really big YouTubers at the time, right? That I met through EA and I met through Madden. And I'm talking like huge ones. Like one guy that really helped me out, his name's Xerxes. I don't know if anybody plays Madden, but I contacted Zerk and we talked for a while, and he gave me some pointers on how to get, you know, YouTube to cooperate, you know, financially and all this kind of stuff. And MMG, Anton, talked to him too. There were some guys out there that really helped me out in understanding YouTube. And then I decided, okay, let's go for it. Let's go full time. And then over the course of 2020 to like 2022, you guys showed up, and now we're here. And it's like the best thing I could have ever imagined for myself. You know what would have been even better? An interception right there by Tarheeb. Still, it's 4th and 5. It's a stop. 2-minute warning still on the table. Chargers are still alive. We are still alive. Love Xerxes. That's so crazy that there's Xerxes fans in here, man. That's so crazy. Yeah, Zerk, dude. Xerxes is a good dude. And honestly, it was crazy because he's like so much younger than me, right? But we knew each other because I used to make Madden content. I used to make these really crazy, like, custom artwork content stuff. Anyway, it was a good time. And when I decided to jump in full time, he reached out and we talked. And yeah, he's a really good guy. Really, really good guy. He's very, very motivated and successful. It's awesome. He helped. Weirdly enough, you guys that pay attention to Madden and stuff like that, when you watch my channel, like back in your mind, be like, Xerxes helped birth this thing. Kind of crazy. Eagles up 13-7. 2-minute warning. And the return past the 25 to the 27-yard line. This is it. This is the drive. This feels like such a Chargers game. It's ridiculous. Xerxes. His UFC picks went crazy. Yeah, man. He's a huge underdog guy. He's the reason that I signed with him, actually, because he's done so much work with them, and I trust whatever Zerk does. I'm like, Zerk is he's the compass. And we get real serious into underdog during the football season for sure. Here's Herbert down, to the 50-yard line. It's Ladd McConkey. 1:51. We still have all timeouts. We just burned our first one. And just like that, the Chargers on the corner route are at midfield. Let's go. What's your opinion on trading for McLaurin and one of the conditions being QJ is sent? I guess you could do that. You know, I don't necessarily want QJ gone, but McLaurin, we got to remember he's 30, so you're getting 2 or 3 years out of him, right? That's the one thing I got. Speaking of Quentin Johnston, he picks up 5 yards there over the middle. Clock is ticking. Chargers need to hurry up. Still would have caught that for 6 I'll be honest. Yeah. Go to the conks. The conks. Would you rather trade like a 5th at most for either Jennings or Dobbs? Yeah, Romeo Dobbs is not a bad option. Ooh, there goes Omarion Hampton. Breaks the first tackle, jukes out the second guy, gets out of bounds, stops the clock. 1:22 left on the clock at the 39-yard line. Can the Chargers pull off this epic come-from-behind victory? Fourth quarter madness. I'm down for Amari Cooper. I would sign Amari today. It's going to the flat. It was Ladd McConkey. Picks up 3. Clock is ticking. Y'all got to move it. Madden sucks at clock management. Got to get out there. Need a touchdown. Jennings is a very interesting option too. But Romeo Dobbs, if we can get, like a 5th rounder for Romeo Dobbs, I'd be about that. That's not a bad option. 2nd and 7. Herbert going to the sideline. Got to get out of bounds, lad. Only picks up 1 yard. And we are down under 50 seconds. 3rd and 4. Chargers need to move it or spend a timeout even. It's time to get out there, dude. Make Sunday so fulfilled. To be honest with you guys, I used to do this even before I had the channel. I would get on and be like, I need football. I'm just going to watch a simulated game. 4th and 4. This is where the game's on the line here, man. Dude, thrown behind Trey Harris. Bit of a bad throw. Harris had a shot at it, though. Still, it's 4th and 4. Oh. 30 seconds. This is for the game. I don't like what I'm seeing. Do not run this football. It's Herbert over the middle. Quentin Johnston just saved the game. We're going to get a timeout. One more chance. Quentin Johnston keeps this game alive. We need a touchdown to take the dub here. This would be insane. This is after one of the craziest overtime games we've ever seen versus the Raiders in the first game this episode. Can we lock down a crazy underdog victory here over the Eagles? In and out of the hands of Quentin Johnston. Clock is stopped. 25 seconds left. One timeout. Come on, baby. Tim Hartman in a Chargers jersey. So happy we got football in July. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? 2nd and 10. It's Herbert. Down the middle into the seam. It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown, Chargers. No way. The Chargers just scored. That's a Chargers touchdown. It's Conklin down the seam. 83's in the chat. The Chargers may have just done this. Still 20 seconds and 3 timeouts for the Eagles. But holy cow. The Bolts found a way. Let's get this PAT up and ready before we lose our minds, right? Let's not miss this real quick. Tyler Conklin gets into the end zone. Here comes Dicker. Really important PAT. Let's not miss this one. It's down the middle. Chargers are up 14-13 now. Remember, the Eagles only need a field goal. The Chargers got to play some tight defense here, man. Do not let them march downfield. You only have 21 seconds to hold down the fort. It's going to be less than that after the return. Come on, baby. Let's get this dub over the Eagles. The reigning Super Bowl champs are up against the wall right now versus your Chargers in the throwback navies. Let's go. Let's go. Watch out for that onside. No. Hey, you got me. I was like, watch out for that onside. Wait a minute. No, they're not kicking to us. And here comes the return. Got to clean this up real quick. Come on, Chargers. And they do just that. They're going to get him down the 25-yard line. 17 seconds left. 17 seconds left. And the Chargers are very close to taking down the reigning Super Bowl champs. They have got to keep Jalen Hurts in front of them. They have got to stop him from marching downfield into field goal range. That's all they need. That's all they need. No penalties, too. Yeah, perfect timing. Yes. Gonna be at this game in December. Oh, it's so crazy, dude. Oh, no. The Chargers did just commit a penalty. It's still incomplete, but it's going to be 5 yards on the offsides. Do they get the time back on the clock, though? I don't know if they do. I don't know if they do. We'll see if it's 17 seconds or what was it, like 13? It is 14 seconds left. Still, they got their 5 yards. Come on, Chargers. What a sick game this would be. You guys want a sack? What are you guys calling it? Is it a Khalil Mack sack? Thule sack? Just get a sack? It's Jalen Hurts. 14 seconds left. They need what, like 30 yards? Hurts going to go to the flat real quick. They're going to pick up maybe half of that. Jake Elliott getting ready for the field goal try. They still have 10 seconds left, man. Ooh, this is tough, man. This is Madden. This is Madden. Hey, that'd be crazy, Ricardo. Keep in touch. Keep in touch. I'll be at the Vikings game this year, then we'll see what happens next year. Keep in touch. That'd be nuts. That was one of the best days of my life, man. That was so freaking fun. Here comes Jalen. He's over the middle. Chargers tackle inbounds. Have to burn the first time out. 6 seconds left. Woo! It's coming down to it. Ricardo got me and my wife into the suite, dude. It was so sick. We were next to Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner and all these guys, and we had perfect view. There was a spread. There was a bathroom. Like, it was one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. I never thought I'd get to do something like that. That was so cool. Jalen Hurts stepping back. 3 seconds left. 1 second. This is for the game. Oh, and it's incomplete. I thought we were going to see a penalty. The Chargers just won. The Chargers took down the Eagles 13-14, a record of 9-4. Oh, let's go. I did not see this one coming, man. I did not see this one coming. The Chargers take down the reigning Super Bowl champs in a last-second edge of your seat fourth quarter showdown, man. That was insane. That was insane. After the crazy upset by the Raiders this last game, the Chargers, we get one versus the Eagles. Man, dude, game ball has to go to Tyler Conklin, though, right? Like, that's got to be the game ball. That has got to be the game ball. Let's go to player stats. Conklin really helped put that one away. Herbert with 156 and 2 touchdowns. Omarion Hampton, decent game. 11 attempts for 50 yards at 4.5 a carry is pretty good. But my goodness, man. Lad had a game. Conklin, 5 for 50, 2 touchdowns. It's got to go to Conklin, right? Man, Conklin. Dude, the Eagles. You'll love to see it. Let's get the next game set up, dude. That was awesome. That was awesome. I can't believe the Chargers pulled that off, dude. Our last game of the night's coming in. The Kansas City Chiefs. This one's being played at Kansas City. Very tough environment. See if the Chargers can hold on to this one, man. Chiefs, here come the Chargers. And we're going to put the Steelers playbook again because that felt very appropriate. Can I come with these like, Gustavo, what's up, dude? Yeah, Conklin gets the game ball for that one for sure, dude. That was awesome. Everything's all set at the Chiefs. Think we're good to go. Let's jump in. Miss Few, what's our record? Not a touchdown. I think we're 9-4 now, right? 9-4. That's crazy. We actually lost our first game this episode versus the Raiders. It was a crazy overtime game. Raiders would win 34-31. But then we just turned around and beat the Eagles, which is even crazier in my opinion. 13-14 was that score, and the Chargers ended up taking that one. That was nuts. And here come the Bolts now versus the Chiefs. This will be a good one. Chargers earlier in the year, I think we lost to the Chiefs. Yeah, we did lose to the Chiefs at the Brazil game in this simulation. Let's see if they can get the revenge here in Kansas City in honor of Mike Williams, the Chief Slayer. Let's see if we can get the Chargers a win here on the road. How it ends in real life, me too. Me too. You called it. You called it, my man. Let's get this last sim on the road. Chargers, Chiefs. That was very realistic. Yeah, that's definitely one of the more realistic games we've seen in a while. Chargers nail biter in the fourth quarter. Barely find a way to win. That's the Harbaugh era, baby. Wish there was a Madden playoff Super Bowl sim. Yeah, me too. It's just the way that Madden, they're set up to sell copies every year, right? So we can't put the new schedule into franchise. Man, that would be the dream. If we could just run a franchise mode on these Chargers, that would be awesome. But we got to kind of simulate game by game for the real season. Still, what's the record? 9-4. 9-4 for the Chargers right now, man. We are definitely on track for an 11 or 12 win season, dude. That would be incredible. And here comes Pat Mahomes on offense. Chargers defense. Well tuned for Patty Mahomes. Let's see if we can get him down the ground this game, man. I want to see Tooley. I want to see Bud. I want to see Mack. I want to see Kyle Kennard if we have a chance to. That'd be awesome. Director wanted to tell you about a song I highly recommend for a hype video, but I don't want to say it. It could be a surprise. Ooh. Are you on Twitter? Or Insta? You want to just send me a message there? I'll take a look after the video, because, yeah, I'm in that season right now, man. I'm waiting for that hype video to drop by the Chargers just to give me some extra footage of them in that that promo day that they filmed. And then I'm going to go get started on my hype video, too. I want to drop it before... I usually drop it before the regular season, like right around that time, like a week or two before the regular season. I'm not really a gamer anymore, but I'm really excited for Madden 92. You mean Madden... the 26 now? It looks like the first time in forever that we have actual graphic upgrades, right? It feels like finally, after so many years of looking the same, it looks a bit better this year, which is cool. But I didn't get to play the beta this year. This is the first year in, like, I don't know, since like Madden like 16 or 17 that I didn't get to play the beta. I used to be real in with the EA guys. We did a lot of work with the EA guys. It was a lot of fun back in the day. Back in 92, a long, long time ago. Chiefs are driving down the field, now at the 41-yard line of the Chargers. Instantly know about it. Okay, Alan. Thanks, man. Kermit Mahomes here. Drew Tranquil been real quiet since that L to the Eagles. You love to see it. Man, dude, I hate that. I love Drew on the Chargers. That one hurt. Rice is going to be suspended. I don't think we're going to see him week 1. Maybe we do see him by this week, right? Week 15. Not a rap fan. Do the mustard in the type video for the yellow jerseys. That'd be crazy. Yeah, I'm in that phase. That's probably the most important phase for me, if I'm being honest, is finding the right song. Like, I will go through, like, 20 hours of just listening to songs and testing things out until I find the right one. Because once I find the right song, it's actually not too hard. You know, I go through and I sift out all of the best shots I can find from various sources. The hype, usually the promo videos. Then I decide some of the fun, like, visuals I want to put on top of it, like some titles or some transitions that are unique to this year. And then after that, if the song is really good, it just flows, right? It'll take me like 4 or 5 hours to actually get a nice cut, like an almost complete cut done once I have the right song. But that can take a while. The right song takes a while. But it works. It works. As a matter of fact, there was this that Dream On. You guys seen that Dream On hype video that they run before the games in LA? They got that from me. I released my my hype video, and they like, I was told straight up, they're like, "Hey, you're the inspiration for this. we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna go through because of the song." I was so shocked. I was like, no freaking way, man. There's Dan Henley with a huge sack. Let's go, dude. I was so blown away by that. And yeah, it's because I took a long time looking for the right music, and we got it. Nice sack by Drew, or by, not Drew, by Dan Henley. Dan Henley with the sack there, baby. Let's go. Sounds good, Alan. Thanks, man. Superchargers music temporarily at some point. Man, that'd be cool. I love what they're doing right now with the old school, like the throwbacks. Yeah, I'm such a huge fan of that. Maybe we do try and throw in the Superchargers at some point. Or the POD for a minute, right? Here comes the draw. It's Pacheco. It's going nowhere, and it's a 3rd and 20. Come on, baby. Let's get this defense off the field. Limited weapons this year. It's a good thing. Yeah, yeah. And Patrick Mahomes on the run. Finds some space. It is dropped. Guarded by Tarheeb still. He says, not today. No 3rd and forever conversion for Mahomes here. It was a combined effort of Tart in the pass rush and coverage by Tarheeb Still. Now we're looking at a 4th and 20. Nice. And a field goal try by the Chiefs. Is it no good? I can never tell on Madden. Madden's really difficult for me to tell. I think it's short. Yeah, they missed it. There's Andy Reid like, God darn it. Yes, Chargers get excellent field position. And no points on the board for the Chiefs in their first. Can you guys imagine? I was literally preparing for this stream to be all L's other than the Raiders game. I was like, guys, you better not sim the Raiders game so we can see a dub this week. No, man. Can you imagine the Chargers taking down the Eagles and the Chiefs? That'd be sick. Charger power. I'm gonna do something DBZ on that, by the way. Like I'm gonna put together something cool DBZ with that yellow Charger power. Like I will do something cool with that. Bolt's defense has stuffed the Chiefs. Let's go. All yellows against the Chiefs would be Wiener Schnitzel Bowl. It's 2nd and 4. We're going to see a run by Omarion. In motion's the tight end. Is it a run to the weak side? It is. Omarion's going to cut back inside, though. A couple of nice moves. Only produces 3 yards. It's 3rd and 2. Can the Chargers convert here? Herb Graphics, crazy work. Mike Dub tweak his torn ACL. Yeah, I thought about that too, Andrew. I was like, dude, I hope not, but it sounds like maybe Mikey got banged up and it wasn't worth the trouble, which is understandable, right? You know, and it's understandable that he wouldn't come out and say that because he's gotten so much flack for it in his career, but not being able to stay completely healthy. First down, by the way, by the Chargers. That I would understand if he just wanted to keep it on the down low and say, you know what, it's probably time to hang up the cleats. I would support it, but you know, it would bring some controversy for him. Here's Omarion. Nice blocking. And Omarion picks up 15 yards on that carry. Let's go. 1st and 10, Chargers at the 30-yard line. We are moving downfield. Excellent field goal, or I should say excellent starting field position due to the missed field goal. Now here are the Chargers at the Chiefs' 30-yard line and driving. Can we continue running the football? The play action. He's going to go to the flat. Nice broken tackle. It's Oronde Gadsden. Gadsden finds a play. His first catch of the day turns into what, 15 yards? Let's go, OG. Dude, Soldado, you just said it. I'm pulling for OG to get some reps early on this season. And then he goes for 15 yards. That's crazy because he's down on the depth chart in this. There had to be a specific formation to get him out there, and he got open. That's nuts. Let's go, OG. He's been so good in camp, dude. We might actually have something there in OG, dude. Gadsden looks insane. Here comes another carry. Oh, he might be a touchdown. Come on, baby. Oh, nice cleanup tackle by number 6. It's a 7-yard gain by Hampton. I thought he had that, man. He's like got one guy to beat. That was a touchdown. Instead, it's a 2nd and 3, but a nice run by Hampton. Nice run by Hampton. Now we get into the I form, baby. Is it still Hampton out there? That might be Najee. I don't know if I don't see dreads. Might be Hampton still. I think that was Najee. When he stood up, I think I saw the dreads. I would take it, dude. Let's get a touchdown. You'll be in 219 VIP on the 50-yard line. Vikings, they've never been to VIP section. I hope it's worth the tickets. Weren't cheap. Yeah, that was my first game. My first game I bought VIP tickets for it at SoFi. That was versus the Steelers. And yes, they were very pricey, but so worth it, dude. Oh, there's Lad McConkey in the corner. Touchdown, Chargers. Lad McConkey, Lightning Lad, does it again. His first touchdown of today's episode. And, dude, stays in bounds, back right of the corner. Oh, beautiful touchdown by Lad. And the Chargers take the lead over the Chiefs in Kansas City. That'd be an insane win here. That would be insane. Hey, Cody, make sure to go early. I don't know if, I'm sure you've been to a Chargers game. Make sure everybody who's never been to a Chargers game, if you're planning on going this year at some point, make sure you go like 3 hours early and go hit up Thunder Alley. It is so much fun. That is almost as much fun as the actual game. I love Thunder Alley. Keep OG in, dude's a stud. We have to think about that because Conklin just got the game ball last game. He helped us beat the Eagles. You know what I mean? Chargers, Kansas just joined our first fantasy football league. Let's go! Fantasy football is so much fun. I would say that really, like, it pushed me into a new level of fandom for football back in the day. I think my first fantasy football league was like 2009. And dude, like, yeah, I started paying attention to other teams, players across the league. I became obsessed. That's a good way to really get into football as fantasy. That's my wide receiver one. Let's go, Plane. OG's catch reminds me of that random Fayoko touchdown against the Bears. I was at that game. Should have made it cold and snowy, make it more realistic. That was interesting. That's an interesting suggestion. I wonder if there's any more opportunities for snow games this year. That may have been the only one. Denver, we could close it on a snow game. We're playing at Denver. Maybe we do. Maybe we do close the season with a snow game versus Denver next week. Yeah? That could be kind of fun. The only problem is we have to sim one of those games, and we got the Cowboys, the Texans, and the Broncos. Those are all games I would love to see. Hello, Plane. Harbaugh telling the refs about his 22 fall. Second Illinois, I'm going to Miami, Tennessee, hopefully 2 games this year. Nice. It's Mahomes. He's going to hit Kelsey close to a first down, 3rd and inches. Can the Chargers get a quick 3 and out here? That'd be insane. Let's get in there, man. Let's get Perriman in there. Let's get Colson. Let's blitz this guy. How'd my son's surgery go? Oh, thank you for asking, man. Yeah, it went really good. It went really, really good. I was terrified. Oh, almost offsides, Thule. Here comes the carry. It's a first down, Chiefs. I was terrified. Again, like, if there's any other parents here of special needs kids, of kids on the spectrum, like, that is, when you get that diagnosis, one of the first things I thought about years and years ago was, oh my God, we have to take him to the dentist someday. And so the lead up to that was really intense, right? But we ended up finding a really good doctor, an anesthesiologist that was able to keep him under the entire time. He had a lot of dental work he had to get done. He had a really hard time gripping the idea of dental hygiene, right? And we did our best to try and stay on top of it. He'll fight you, you know. Anyway, everything went really smoothly. He got knocked out. He was really good when he came out of it. You know, he was a little sore, but he was back at it again, like after 3 or 4 hours after surgery. He was back to his normal self. And that was a huge, huge blessing, and honestly a huge weight lifted off of our shoulders of the intensity that was his dental visit. But anyway, thank you for asking. Yes, he did very, very well. And he's back to normal now. He's not even really scared of the dentist anymore. I mean, of course, we'll probably have to do it that way, you know, forever, but we don't plan it. He's got really good dental hygiene now. He's kind of a stickler about it now. But back then, he struggled with it. 3rd and inches. Can we get the stop here? Underneath is Travis Kelce. Oh man, big play for Kelce, breaking tackles, and it's going to be a first down at the 26-yard line. Yeah, I remember that Chargers, Kansas. Yeah, it's tragic, and you know it's just the way life goes sometimes. You know, as a parent too, I thought about that, and it's hard not to be frightened, but you know. Sometimes, despite what life's thrown at you, you got to take that next step anyway with faith that it'll all work out, you know. But it definitely can be, especially with personal experiences like that, pretty shaky. Got to have faith. Be 2nd and 5. Chargers after that tackle. Look forward to buying you and your wife a drink. My son wants pictures and autograph from the director. Dude, I'll have whatever it is, man. You got me. Yeah, or I got you, I should say. You find me at the Die Hard Boat Club booth And you might be seeing me roam around too. I love roaming around at Thunder Alley, checking out. You guys always bring out like the best food. Is it the Los Royos? Look for them too, man. They have some crazy good drinks. Oh, so good, so good. But please, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody, man. It really like it shook me to my core the first time I went to a game and everybody was coming up and saying hi. I was not used to that.
It seems like I'll have some company this season with the missus. My girlfriend's picking up her international passport and visa to come to the USA in 1 to 2 weeks. Go Superchargers. High voltage sign emoji, yellow heart emoji, high voltage sign emoji, from Urbana, Maryland.
Let's go. You say Maryland? You're from Maryland? Let's go, dude. $17.91 holla. I love that, baby. Some company this season with the missus. So the missus is the girlfriend, right? Just being clear here. International passport, visa come to the USA in 1 to 2 weeks. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. Have some fun, man. If you guys are take a road trip, get to LA, go to a game, right? Oh, there's a lot of really fun road games. What's closest to you guys? Maryland. What is closest to Maryland? Is it Florida even? I don't know. Indianapolis, but that's being played at home. You guys find a game close to you guys. You know, go catch some Chargers. Either way, man, congratulations. Have some fun with that, man. Have some fun with that. Thank you so much, MD. I appreciate that. Here comes 3rd and 8 for the Chiefs. Can the Chargers bend but not break here? Patrick Mahomes fires under duress. It's to number 12. Is it a first down? 4th and inches. Do the Chiefs go for this? Or do they take the points here? It's number 12. It's that tight end I can never remember the name of. Number 12. He looks like Andre the Giant in a Chiefs uniform. Giants game? Is it? We play? Yeah, we are playing the Giants, right? Early, right? Yeah. At the Giants. Yeah, that's probably the one. See if you can catch that Giants game in New York. Although I have no idea how much those tickets are. Chiefs are going to catch a touchdown from Travis Kelce. And this game will be tied up so far. Tough to stop the Chiefs. You got to expect it at some point, just in that little hook by the tight end. And Derwin James close to making a play on it, but it's Travis Kelce, baby. It's going to be tied 7s. 3 minutes left in the first half, however. Let's see if the Chargers can get back on the board before the second half. Thank you so much again, man. $17 holla. What's up, Richard Martinez? Thank you so much. If young wide receivers don't develop as quickly as anticipated, I can see 2 tight end formations, heavy dose of running. Yeah, I see all that anyway. You know, I think the Chargers they have a. You're going to be so shocked to see how much different the Chargers offense looks this year, just because you have 2 running backs that can really keep the tempo in front of you. You know what I mean? Like, we have not had running backs like this in a very long time. Melvin Gordon was good, but nowhere on the, I would say, Omarion Hampton's on a different level. You know, if you're talking about, because, you know, Gordon was exciting coming in to the NFL his rookie year, but he wasn't as equipped as Omarion Hampton. Not as the prospect here is there's a different, you know, level here that we're talking about, and the offense is much different, right? The Chargers back then with Gordon, they were not this run first offense that we're seeing today. And then on top of that, you got Najee Harris. It's just, you're going to see this offense really chime. And it'll open up a lot of opportunities for Ladd and Trey Harris and the tight ends. I think it's this running back thing's really going to help open a lot of things up. Because you see this with a lot of offenses, right? Even with an offensive line that's bad or an offense that's overall not too great, a really good individual running back can change a lot of that for you. And I think Saquon's a really good example in New York. Here goes Omarion, man. 20 yards, just about. On his first carry here, man. Like, that could be a huge game changer. But the difference is the Chargers have a good offensive line, a great tackles, one good guard, right? And it's still growing. You got 2 running backs that could really hammer down the defensive line. Like, there's a lot going for him this year. Excited. Justin Herbert down the seam, finds Ladd McConkey in traffic. It's a first down at the 37. Chargers may score with a few minutes left on the clock. Let's go. Let's see if they can get on the board again, man. Grab that lead before second half. Beautiful. Remember Tolbert? Oh, yes. Tolbert, beautiful. Him and LaDainian. Can we see something similar? I know that, Najee is not a fullback, but who says he can't operate like that sometimes? You know what I mean? Can we see something similar in that big, heavy running back like Tolbert and the Lightning in LT and Amari and Hampton? It could be awesome. Aaron with the 5. Been a Chargers fan since 04. Never lived in LA, but chose my team when I saw LT, AGPR, ACSM, etc. Keep up the content, man. Hey, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that, man. So it's LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Gates, Phillip Rivers. Oh, here comes another run. Is it Antonio Cromartie? Is that AC and SM? John Merriman? Did I get them all? You let me know. That's awesome, dude. $5 holla. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, that did the trick on me, too. I mean, I think mostly because I love San Diego. But it was easy for me when I started getting into NFL football, which team to choose because of that. I was in the golden era. You know what I mean? Got all of them. Nice. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Like to see if I made it to LA for a game, Daniel Popper. Dude, I was standing next to Daniel Popper. I've had a couple of opportunities to say hi to him. I don't know if he knew who I was or whatever, but I was so shocked to see him sitting next to me. 4th down by the Chargers. Man, a lot of drops here. That's too bad. We got to punt this thing away. The first time I think I met him was I was at a press conference for the Chargers. They invited the YouTubers to come tag along and ask some questions to the coaching staff. Anyway, Daniel Popper was there, and I said, hey. I was like, it's Daniel Popper. He's right there. And then I was at training camp last year. There was some fan in the VIP section that saved me a ticket for whatever reason. And he said he waved me down. I was like, okay, hey, what's up? And he brought me in there, and Daniel Popper was standing right next to us that time too. And yeah, no, he's a cool guy. That's hilarious. Cannot wait for the LT documentary. I hope that's real, dude. I don't know what's real anymore. The Najee news, I thought that was a hoax. Like, I was 100% confirmed, like positive that was a hoax. And then it turned out to be true. I don't know if that's real anymore. I was the same way with that documentary. I was like, yeah, it doesn't sound legit, but we can hope. Now I'm like, I really hope. I really do hope. Did we miss a field goal just now? Oh, dude. We did exactly what the Chiefs just did. Let's see if the Chargers can keep him held. Don't let off the lead before half if we can help it. Steve Farrow, you'd be a Broncos fan. I don't know, dude. That was one thing that was kind of easy for me. Out here, there's a lot of Broncos fans, and it's kind of an annoying clique. I don't even know how to describe them to you. Here's Travis Kelce over the middle. Man, that's field goal range right there. In California, you got those guys the rich boat guys that wear those like little shorts and the what are they? They almost look like loafers, and they got that air about them. Imagine that, but like the mountain people version. It's kind of obnoxious, It's like, that's the Broncos clique out here, and it was easy to stay away from. I don't think even if I was in the Lee Farah that I would have chosen. If I would have chosen the Broncos, I think no matter what, like even if it was a bad year for the Chargers, I would have been a Chargers fan anyway, just because I chose them because of San Diego. You know what I mean? My friends were all into NFL football. I had coaches and my buddies, pushing me to play, even though I didn't even know how football worked back then. When I was in junior high, I think is around the time I decided to play, because nobody in my family played. Nobody in my family watched football. Almost intercepted by Derwin. Dude, that would have been huge. And so I really had to kind of discover it for myself. And the only connection I had to the NFL was the Chargers, because that's the only city. Obviously, Utah, we don't have a team. I went to a few Cougs games just because that's where everybody was. But San Diego, I think no matter what, I would have ended up a Chargers fan. And I'm glad for it, even if it was the Leaf era. Here comes the screen. It is out of bounds, just inside the 15. First down, Chiefs. Hey, it's Mike. What's up, Mike? What's up? How do we get NFL Mike on for the Raiders sim? Dude, we just simmed the Raiders. We just simmed them. They and then maybe it's good that we didn't too, because they beat us. It was an overtime crazy game of 34-31. Do you want to jump on the Broncos stream? What other ones do we have? Next week's the season finale. We got the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the Cowboys, the Texans, and the Broncos. You guys don't know who NFL Mike is? You ought to know. If you've ever been on this platform called TikTok or Insta, you've probably seen Mike's videos, dude. Me and Mike linked up. The first time I met Mike, it was in the parking lot after, was it the Bears game? Was that the game that we met at the first time? And I was all like tipsy, and I was like, hey, what's up? But we hung out after training camp last year, which I'm so jealous, Mike. I know I've seen some of your videos over there. Were you catching passes from players just casually in the stands? Disgusting. I hate you. And then we hung out the rest of the day after that, bar hopping and all that. It was a good time. Yeah, make sure you guys follow this dude, man. Go hit him up. Go find NFL Mike, TikTok, Instagram. Maybe he's got an OF we don't know about. Go find him. Like to say, hey, thank you so much, Mikey. Hit me up, dude. Hit me up. Well, we got to do something before the season starts, right? We're running out of time. We got to do something. I've been slacking so hard on like my guest appearances and then my guest hostings this year. We got to do something. Maybe we'll do. I wish that Dan would put on that big, multi-host show that we did a few years ago. What was it called? It was like the Avengers Assemble or whatever, Chargers content creator get together or whatever. It was a good time. All virtually we did a show, but we gotta do something beforehand. It'd be fun. I'll think about it. We'll figure out if we can find time or whatever before training camp, before the Hall of Fame game, which is when things are gonna get nuts, right? I haven't seen people in Raiders and Cowboys jerseys in California. Dude, did you guys see? I don't know who posted it. By the way, touchdown Chiefs. That's shocking. You guys see that there was clips being posted of Raiders fans showing up at training camp for the Chargers. Why? Are they suicidal? What's the deal there? Who would do that? I would never show up at a Raiders training camp, man. Especially not wearing all Chargers stuff. That's suicide. Chargers Avengers, but recorded all next time. Hey, yeah, so what he's referring to as well is we all went to dinner, right? And we had the Avengers at a table, and we all hashed it out for like an hour. We should have recorded it. That would have been awesome content. You guys would have seen premium sunburned director. I was like a fresh lobster out of the pot, man. You give me a high five, I was in pain for 2 hours. It was bad. Oh, we gotta get something together, man. I gotta call Dan, see if Mike wants to jump on a show. I already did one with the Locked On guys. I'm missing one. Oh, the Charger Chat guys. I usually do one with the Charger Chat guys every year too. But we've just been lacking this year. I've been busy. I decided to fill my summer with really fun activities with my kids this year, and I've been busy having fun. I've really enjoyed this summer. We've been doing a whole bunch of stuff. We went to the arcade a couple of days ago. Had the time of my life, dude. I found my old Star Wars pinball. They had the Star Wars. I used to play this game all the time when I was a kid. The original trilogy arcade game. Man, I spent so many hours and quarters on that machine. And now it was like super dirt cheap to play. So I sat there for like an hour playing that game at the arcade with my kids. It was awesome. It's been a good time. What game am I hitting? I will be at the Vikings game this year, my man. I'm so ecstatic that that's the one that we landed on, me and my wife, because we're gonna get to see those navies, man. I was so excited for those. I wonder if we're going to be able to get customs of those done, because I would love to get a director jersey of that new look, the throwback. That would be awesome. But that's going to be a good one, too. I think as soon as I saw the home schedule, I was like, we're going to the Vikings game if it's October, because that's the easiest time for us to travel. And I'm so excited that it ended up happening. All of it kind of worked out. We're going to be there at the Vikings game. Here comes a catch over the middle. Last time out for the Chargers. We're at the 46-yard line. I mean, we may be in position to grab a field goal. If the Chargers can get out of bounds here, you're going to need a deep play, but never say never. Camp into a DMV. Got bored of their own camp. It's cool over in Vegas. You see those Raiders fans still all over LA, which is going to happen. But I would never show up to a Chargers practice. What are you doing? Herbert's got to hit the sideline. It's 9 seconds left. He was looking for Quentin Johnson. It was a little too far out of bounds. That's a little earlier. You think our tight end room is underrated? Could you rank our tight ends, Conklin, Disley, Aronde, McAllen, and Castles? The last two, I wouldn't. I practice squad guys. But other than that, I think you've got it ranked correctly. The one wild card is Gadsden. Like, who knows what happens? 4 seconds left. We have a Hail Mary before half. Gadsden, it looks like he's turning into a big slot for this team, no? It looks like you may be seeing some more receptions from him lined up out wide even. I was doing some research for a video. We're going to go for a field goal here? From the 55. Is it short? I was like, yeah, I don't know. That was pretty bold. I would have gone for the Hail Mary there. Anyway, I was doing some research for a video after we saw some early work of Gadsden at training camp, and it turned out he took about 9% of his snaps out wide, right? They used him like a wide receiver a lot in Syracuse. I'm thinking, why not? You know, we did that a little bit with Parham, but Parham didn't have the footwork, I think, that Gadsden has. And Parham, as huge as he was, it made him a little clunky. You know, it kind of reminded me of, what was his name? From the Eagles. Harold Carmichael, you know, where it's just kind of like he's just this giant guy, you know. It was just kind of hard to get separation with. And they got another one too, right? I think it's the Eagles that got him too. Anyway, tangents. He lined up in the slot a lot at Syracuse too. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe Aronde gets some more work than we think. But I do think we're underrated. And I think the biggest reason that we're underrated is because of Conklin. I think Conklin's going to end up being the best tight end that we've had in some time. And some people may think this is controversial or think that's a stupid take, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think he'll be our best tight end since Jared Cook, and I think he'll be better than Jared Cook. You guys, I don't know if you remember, Jared Cook was actually a pretty decent weapon for this team. Justin Herbert loved looking his way. He had the speed, right, and he had the separation you look for, and he hit him a lot. Like, we were all surprised to see how much work Jared Cook got in his later years with the Chargers, but it worked out. Now you got Conklin. You know, who I think is a great possession tight end. I think he's a very tough football player. I think he's a really good route runner. I think you're going to see some nice work from him this year as the Chargers take it for 2 yards. First play of the second half. You're going to do some fantasy football this year. You know it. What's up, Chazicus? You know it. Definitely thinking about another year-long one. But we'll wait and see. We're definitely doing a crap ton of the underdog ones this year because that was super fun. And I didn't have to manage anything, which is the best part. But we're getting into fantasy season right now, too, man. I got some work to do after this in setting up my home league. I'm the co-commissioner of that league. And I'm in charge of a lot of the fun stuff. We do, instead of like a random draft order, whatever that they do on those draft sites, we compete for draft order. And the way we do it is we have this mini league that just focuses on the preseason, right? So there's those 3 games, and we all predict the wins and losses of those games. And whoever predicts the most gets to choose which spot they want first and then second and so on and so forth. We got stuff to check up on. But we're getting there. Gadsden already working with the ones when we spread out a little. Yeah, caught multiple deep passes past few days. Dude, that's what I like to see. We got boots on the ground too, man. NFL Mike out there, you know, with the binoculars. Not just looking in the neighbor's window anymore, but looking at the practice field for some Gadsden action. And by the way, we got some Omarion action happening on the field here virtually. First down Chargers. But Gadsden, man, I'm excited, dude. We may actually, because like you think it every year, like, oh my God, we got this guy. He's a diamond. He's an undrafted dude. He's going to hit it in the ground running and this and that. I really do think that Gadsden's going to be worked in early because, like you said, he's with the ones right now. Justin Herbert's actually looking his way. Oh, dude, Omarion was one step away from a 20-yard gain right there. 2nd and 10. I think we kind of got our first look and clue at what Gadsden is in the spring. What was it? It was actually the mandatory minicamp, right? The mandatory minicamp where Justin Herbert just kept hitting him over and over and over again. And now you're looking in trading camp, the same thing's happening. I mean, how many different examples do we need before we think, hey, we may have struck something here. We may have gold here. which Gadsden, man, in the right hands, with the right quarterback, that's exciting to think about. That's all I'm going to say. Well, we got some notes coming in from NFL Mike. He says, big notes from camp. Darius Davis has a huge role incoming. Gadsden hype is real. QJ is improved despite the bad clip. And secondary is elite. We heard a lot about the secondary yesterday, man. We're all like, I was almost like, I'm focusing in on how bad the offense may have been looking, but it might be indication of the defense stepping up and putting up some awesome performances this year, man. I'm excited to hear that. Dude, and the QJ thing, I think we're all rooting for him, right? I hope everybody's rooting for him. We've seen way worse from first-round wide receivers. I think Quentin Johnson, I think he's on the cusp. You take away some of those drops the last couple of years, the stat line he put up of what it was, almost 800 yards, 8 scores, like we're teetering in the right direction. Speaking of teetering, first carry, or say it was first going to the second down now. Marion Hampton with 2 yards. Darius Davis, though, that's interesting. DD, is it him and KLS? Maybe a field stretching role, get him out there on the outside in certain plays. I mean, I could see him on some play action, stretching the field, because we saw a couple of plays, was it last year while there was injuries? Darius Davis, that speed looked really nice on the outside. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Chargers. That would be pretty shocking. That'd be pretty shocking, because we're seeing a lot of fun stuff from KLS. At least we're hearing some fun stuff from KLS at training camp so far. Hey, shout out to NFL Mike, man. Thank you so much, dude. Insight from training camp. Some fun storylines that we can start following. And yes, the Gadsden hype, it's awesome to hear that is real. Herbert trying to pick up the first, almost throws a pick instead. It is luckily dropped. 4th and 8. And we're looking at maybe a field goal try here for the Chargers. Got to get some points on the board. Director's biggest fan. I need you to put that on a t-shirt and wear it with pride everywhere you go and answer the question, who the heck is director? Director of what? Director? Whatever you get it. He says, where's the Slater's contract? I don't know. I've expected it to be done by now, so it's a little shocking to see it's still in the air. But I do expect it to get done. There's no way a Jim Harbaugh team doesn't pay their left tackle. That would be absolutely nuts. Kyoto King Sky, thank you so much. Director's biggest fan. Director, what specific jersey do you buy, the Vapors or the replicas? Well, if I bought the Vapors every year, I think I'd go broke. And I go through so many, I take pretty good care of them too. My wife's got a steam machine, so I might tend to stay looking pretty good, even just the replicas. Or is it the Vapors? I don't know. The $112 ones is the ones that I buy. But every once in a while, I'll spring for a stitched jersey, but it's usually the ones I find out in the wild. I like those older ones. Let me see. Do I have that one down here? Give me 1 second. Aaron with the $5 holla. I called the last dub. I'm calling this one. We win in the 4th. Let's go, Aaron. Make that dream come true. Give me 1 second. Let me see. This is my favorite jersey I found in the wild. I think I paid $100 for it. This is... Hang on, we'll get this play and then I'll go to full screen here. Just hang on. It's Patrick Mahomes on the run. Get him! 2nd and 2. Okay. So this is the 50th anniversary LaDainian Tomlinson with the patch. You know what I mean? Saw this on Facebook Marketplace and I tracked the guy down. I was like, hey, I'm outside your house right now. No, we met up, exchanged. This is probably my favorite jersey. One of them, at least, that I own. The powder blue, Danian Tomlinson, 50th anniversary patch. I'm not like a crazy collector. I got a good number of jerseys, but I don't usually spring out the dough for the huge ones unless they're signed like that one. That one would be that was an exception right there. That was actually a gift. That one was. I have a couple more signed around the house, which is pretty fun. Aaron, thank you again so much, man. $5 holla. Here come the Chiefs. Over the middle. It'll be 2nd and 4. Chiefs again with the 14-10 lead. Chargers need to stop here. And if I'm like, for one, no one else is even working into the return game, so I think the roster spot is locked. Yeah, I feel like the same. I feel that we speculated the same. Ladd is the second returner. Really? Keeping Ladd as the second returner. So I think he's a lock by Jalen Reagor, feels like, even though he's been having some highlight reels of his own. As number 83, is it Watson? Gray, that's right. Gray drops the would-be first down, 3rd and 4 for the Chiefs. Ladd being the second returner is interesting, though. Because Ladd, I mean, like, he's a tough dude, right? Nobody's questioning that. He's a tough football player. But he can get banged up sometimes, you know. Getting him off special teams is something I wouldn't mind seeing. As Travis Kelce picks up the first, predictably. That's where I felt like maybe KLS steps in, right? And gets some special teams work there, too. Maybe there's a corner out there that can push Benjamin St. Juste. Isn't he pretty fast? Be somebody that's working in the background. Dante Jackson. I don't know what their return game looks like, but that is interesting. Need to get this one signed and framed. That'd be cool if I can get LT to sign this one. I don't know. I've worn this so many times. I would feel weird getting it signed. I loved this. This is one of my favorite jerseys just to wear out in the town. You know, you got that important date, right? You got reservations with your girl. It's one of those, 2 forks kind of restaurants, 3 forks. You know, and the 2 spoons and the special salad, plateware and all that kind of stuff. This is the jersey you choose for those events, right? You add a top hat. It's fancy enough, right? This is the one. I've worn this so many times. I got a whole bunch of them in here, too. What is my favorite modern jersey I think I have? It's got to be... So I think I love the... Hang on. All right, here's a couple more. As we're waiting for this game. Never worn. Trailer park for fancy restaurants? Yes, sir. Just add a top hat. Anything is fancy. We got... This is probably my favorite modern jersey that I have. It's just that you're run-of-the-mill Khalil Mack, right? As soon as we got Mack, I was like, yes, this man's going to look insane in powder blue. Favorite signings by the team in forever. And then this one, funny enough, I have another one, actually. Can't quite see it. I'll show you this. It was gifted to me. I thought this was pretty cool. No, it looks like the Saints. The yellow outlet. So this is kind of like the jersey that... I was making sure that wasn't a touchdown. This is kind of like one of the concepts of the jerseys that we were seeing, online. Someone gave this one to me. They put my name on the back, 01. I thought it looked kind of clean, right? I don't know. I should have shown this one where we're looking at all of the different concepts that were coming out online. It's like, oh, wait, I have one that's kind of like that for the Chargers. It looks okay. It was a cool gift, though, right? It looks clean. When I need to go somewhere where we need a more complete, black tie event, that's this one, right? You put a bow tie, a black bow tie on this one. It fits right in. It fits right in. DD just running a lot of flat out slot and Z wide receiver. Really? They're betting on him to hit that second gear, hit that burst from the flat and take it to the house. Right? I mean, that's a good bet to make. Dude's really quick. I don't remember what his 40 time was. It's in the 4.3s, right? Him and KLS probably the fastest on the team. Is this the new Guyton and Johnson combo? You never know. You ever gotten a fake jersey? Oh, duh. If you are a Chargers fan or an NFL fan and if you've never gotten a fake jersey, you're a liar. We've all seen, especially back in the day when it was all over like Facebook. Get Mahomes. Get him. Get him. Yes. 3rd and goal. See if the Chargers can get a stop here. We really do need a stop. Like this fourth quarter, 5 minutes left. We need to stop right here. Back in the day on Facebook, remember? They had those Chinese jerseys. You're a liar if you didn't order from one of them. I remember those jerseys were like $20 a pop back in the day. Me and my buddies, to save on shipping, we would all get the different jerseys that we'd want. I'm talking like 20 of us We'd put a huge order in to save on shipping. Everyone would chip in $20, $21. We'd all get these fake jerseys. Not anymore. Back in the day, that was a cheap way to make it happen. There's Xavier Worthy touchdown. That might have done it, dudes. That might have done it. We had the miracle of a win versus the Eagles. I don't know if we're going to get it versus the Chiefs, unfortunately. The stitching gave it away so fast. Yeah. That's so funny that it's easier to get a fake, cheap jersey that is fully stitched than it is to get a real jersey. I read some people that were upset that when they got their new Navy jerseys that they were not stitched, even though they were like the $200 version or something like that. Dean Thanos, if you guys see him on Twitter, he found a really nice alternative. He posted a link on his Twitter. It's an official, I think, NFL license website, and they're still pricey, but they are fully stitched, which he says opt for that one instead. I think it was like the actual throwback LaDainian Tomlinson's that he was looking at too. Yeah, nothing wrong with fake jerseys at the first, right? Like when you're down bad, when you're young, when you don't got no money, like nothing wrong with that. And of course, when you're an older fan and you got some money to burn, you're going to get those real jerseys anyway. Your oldest is a Reebok VJ, Jax? All right, here's some of my older ones. Second and 11 for the Chargers. We need some here, real quick. I have so many more in like storage, but again, we moved, so they're in boxes. This one just happens to be in the closet. You guys know this one? Yeah. Metal jersey somewhere. This is old. Sean Merriman. Is this the one you got too? This is one of my favorites from back in the day too. There it is, man. That old Reebok Vincent Jackson. Yes, sir, V-Jax. Sorry, you guys missed some of the game. You don't want to see what just happened, though. You don't want to see what just happened. You're good. You don't need to see that. You're fine. You're fine. You don't need that. I got a whole bunch of older ones in there too, though. I have a couple of Seau. I got Eric Weddle. I got Kaysen. I got Crow. Is that a fumble? I think they got it. No, we got it. Herbert picked it back up, but it's 4th and 24. It looks like it's probably put away already. But it's going to still be a crazy record after this game. Season finale, we're going to start, what, with 9-5? 9-5? That's still crazy. Unless Herbert can get this conversion, which, again, we're already down 21-10. I don't know if there's any coming back from this one. Perlotta's new deal today. Yup, we're going to see similar numbers for... Dude, what a catch. Still not a first down, obviously. But that'll put it away for the Chiefs. We're likely going to see a similar deal for Thule here really soon. Similar deal for Thule. Vincent Jackson is bald and all. Yeah, that Vincent Jackson jersey, dude. I remember I put it up in my office for like a week or two after he had passed away. Just like a lot like Mike Williams, he was like him and Malcolm Floyd were like the highlight wide receivers of my generation. Like, man, some of the coolest plays I had ever seen were Vincent Jackson, and I followed him when he went to the Buccaneers too. And I kept tabs on. He just kept doing it, man. He was the OG Mike Williams or Mike Evans for the Buccaneers back then too, man. I love V-Jax. One of my favorite. Absolute favorite. Him and obviously the big boys, Gates and LT and Rivers. I love V-Jax though, man. Seahawks released Noah Fant. Yep. I'm honestly cool with our tight ends right now, man. Unless we've traded for a big name. And that, to me, some of the available ones are like, Kyle Pitts and that. I think I want to rock with the tight ends we got right now. I'm pretty intrigued at the upside here. Back when jerseys could breathe. Yup. Oh, they definitely do not. Pacheco wrapped up by Cam Hart. It's a 3rd and 6. James seeing him go. Yeah. Yeah, dude, those mid-2000s to like the early 2010s Chargers football, man, how much fun was that, dude? I think a lot of it, because everybody's going to say the same thing that grew up in a different era, right? You're going to have the 80s guys, with Fouts and those the Winslows and then you're going to have the even older guys. There was people in here earlier that were talking about how much they love watching Lance Allworth. Oh, what? That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that is crazy. You got the Sayal seasons. You got the Natron Mean seasons. You got the Charlie Joyner seasons. The Wes Chandler seasons. You know what I mean? Yeah, like my stamp of when I was a teenager and a young man, it's Phillip Rivers and LT and Gates, and that was a blessing, right? It is a blessing to grow up in that era and to think of that, and Chuck Muncie, yeah, to think of that when you were a kid, and now like in my adulthood, going from my 20s into my 30s, having the Justin Herbert. And it feels like the page has really turned, from Mikey and Keenan to this lad. And now I'm expecting a lot out of Trey and Omarion Hampton. Dude, I'm telling you, I've been saying this, I've been singing this, I've been praising this ever since we started looking into the draft earlier this year, that Omarion was going to be really special. I had no idea that there was even a consideration to draft him. I felt like there was other directions that we would go. But the moment they called his name, I was like, this is it. This is a page-turning selection for the Chargers. People don't like first-round running backs, understandably, but he's going to make a huge difference with this team. I think a great example of that is that Bijan Robinson was a great selection, which, the Raiders got their version with Ashton Genty. But, man, Jahmyr Gibbs, how much does he define that offense? You're going to see something very similar with Omarion Hampton in L.A., man. I pretty much guarantee it. He's such a special talent and destination. It's just going to catapult his timeline to where he's going to be a relevant running back in the league. He's going to be awesome. I'm so unbelievably stoked to see Omarion Hampton. And I don't think we're ready, man. I don't think the league's ready for Omarion on the Chargers. It's going to be awesome. Justin Herbert trying to find some late fourth quarter magic. Finds his guy Trey Harris now at the 41-yard line. Trying to get a point before, a touchdown before the game clears up and the clock's hit 0. Try and find some pride here. But, I mean, again, it's going to be a pretty good regular. It's going to be 8, right? 8-5. 8-5 going into the season finale next week. And we got Quentin Johnson out of bounds, 44-yard line. Ricardo, calm down. Everybody take a chill pill. Everybody breathe. We got him for one game, right? And I think people will, they'll soften up on the yellow jerseys after we beat the Colts. And after you see what they look like on the broadcast. Somebody posted a picture of the Wolverines and their yellow alternate jerseys, and I was like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. I much prefer the navies, but yellow's fine. The Ducks have done it best. We all know that, but it'll be cool. At least we got 2 games with the navies. Getting the navies at all is a huge win. Getting them 2 games, and the one I'm going to, that's the dub. There's Ladd McConkey. Huge first down. Red zone. Let's get a touchdown. Is it 9-5? Is it 9-5? I mean, 9. Yeah, because we beat the Eagles. Yeah, 9-5. We can work with that. 3 tough games next week, though. The Cowboys, Texans, and Broncos. Can we go 12? Can we go 12-5? That'd be awesome. I don't know if we were winning all 3 of those games, though. Justin Herbert running back. McDuffie. Dude, McDuffie's one of those guys where it haunts me still. He was one of my favorite players of the draft that year, and to go to the Chiefs And lately, you know who's been doing that? The friggin' Raiders. I was such a huge Brock Bowers fan. I couldn't believe that he went to Vegas. And then obviously Ashton Janty, we knew like he wasn't coming to the Chargers, but I was really hopeful he would go somewhere outside the AFC West. Nope, here come the Raiders again. Been a thorn in my side, man. Yellow jerseys, that Rams already did that. Yeah, you know, it's a throwback. It's a cool spin on a throwback because Charger Power was definitely that yellow age and whatever. But you know, we'll see if it sticks. Because you know the navies that I love so much that we never won a game in, it feels like those are already done. You know, we'll see if people don't embrace the yellow, it'll probably be on their way out sooner rather than later. And if they are, which, you know, I'm not rooting against them or anything, I would like to see the Royal Blues make a return at some point. The Kellen Winslow-inspired era jersey, just modernize that. I think people would have a good time with that. That's actually the only other jersey that I like the yellow pants. And there's an end zone try for the Chargers. It's turnover on downs. That's game over. We'll check the stats here in just a second. I don't hate the yellow. I have one yellow thing in my Chargers closet here. Let me show you. I'm too big to wear it now, but we're slimming down. Okay, we're getting back. I've seen the comments. We're trimming down. Okay? But your good friend of the show, Karen, she handed this to me during, I think it was at the Bears game or the Steelers game. I don't remember which one. She says, hey, you got to wear these on Monday. I was like, yes. I fit in it for like 6 months. Then I got a little too big. I quit vaping, and so I gained a bunch of weight, you know, passionately eating my feelings away. But this is the only yellow thing. And this is Charger Power, by the way. This is Charger Power right here. Like that is what it looks like. And you know, I like this shirt a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like I do like this shirt. So maybe once I get the gold jersey, you know, maybe my heart will change a little bit when I have it in hand. That could be cool. Rams are more of a mustard yellow. I will say that though, Ricardo, Rams did have a darker yellow where it felt more like yellow. This feels more like gold. To me, people are saying it's yellow. People are saying it's gold. Me, in my mind, every time I see them, I call them in my brain the sunshine jerseys. They look like California sunshine, which, you know, hey, I'm not completely against that, but some people really hate it, which is totally fair. They were not very high on my jersey preferences in terms of options. I did a pretty extensive, ranking of the jerseys that I would like to see the Chargers roll out with at the alternates. Number one, let's be fair. Number one is the navies that we got. So I was like, I don't care what they do. We got my favorite jersey. But yellow was like 5 or 6. Like it was like in the mid part of the list. I was like, yeah. Because there were ones that were much worse that I did not like. I personally did not like the black jersey alternates, other than the outline one, which honestly looked pretty cool. I did not like the black alternates, and those were mainly the ones on the bottom. But anyway, let's take a look at these stats here real quick. See how the Chargers did in this straight up loss. We haven't seen very many of these this season, which is good. This will be a straight up loss. 165 and a touchdown for Herb. Another nice day for Omarion despite the loss here. 66 yards. Ladd McConkey's been very steadily putting up around 70, 80 yards a game with a touchdown. Harris with 4 for 39. Gadsden picks up his first reception. Could have been worse. Defensively, we got just 2 sacks, right? Yeah, Henley, and then there was a Mack and Bud Dupree combination. No interceptions. Rough game. But hey, you know what? Next week, season finale already of Sim Sundays. We might do all 3 games. We'll wait and see how I'm feeling that day. 2 hours is kind of where I like to keep it, but we're about to hit those 3-hour streams real soon anyway with the live games. Like I said before, type 1 in the chat. Type the number 1 in the chat if you're planning on attending my live coverage of the Chargers Hall of Fame game versus the Lions. We will be live during that game. Of course, you guys aren't going to see, for those of you who are new, you're not going to see the actual broadcast of the game. I'm just going to be commentating over top of it. Which has been really fun. I didn't know if people would like that when I first started doing it, but we had like 1,000, 2,000 people show up every week, so I was like, you know what, let's stick to it. Let's have fun with it. I'm very, very excited for that game. I don't care if that's Hall of Fame game. I don't care who's playing. I don't care the surrounding circumstances around it. We have Chargers football in July, and we're going to have a good time with it. So you guys let me know who's going to be there. I'm very excited for it. We got some animations that we got to finish up for that broadcast, for the season. We got the hype video coming up soon. Football season just around the corner. It's going to be a good time. Now I got to get in touch with NFL Mike and all these guys and see if we can get some guest appearances or something soon, because it's getting around that time where we're running out of time to get all these in, man. So let's do it. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. Hit us up with a like and sub if you did enjoy this content. We'll catch you guys next time. As always, bolt up, stay frosty, and thank you everybody so much for all the super chats and stuff today. You guys were awesome. We'll catch you guys next week on the season finale of Sim Sundays.